Hello students, welcome to Easy Python. Today I am going to teach you different types of tokens in Python. So let's start with tokens. So what is a token? Token is the smallest individual unit in a program. Each part of a program, each small unit in a program is known as a token. Suppose here if I write a is equal to 10. So a is a variable and is equal to is an assignment operator and 10 is the integer value. So a is also a token, is equal to is the assignment operator which is also a token, and 10 is the integer value, that is also a token. So each part of the program is a token. Now further, tokens are divided into 5 parts: keywords, identifiers, literals, operators and punctuators. Now let's discuss each one of them in detail. First is keywords. What are keywords? Keywords are the reserved words in Python which have special meaning for the interpreter, and you cannot use a keyword as your variable name or your function name or your object name or your class name. So you cannot use a keyword as an identifier. Some examples for keywords are given over here: for, while, if, else, def, break, continue, true, false and none. All the keywords, you have to just remember this thing, that all the keywords are in small letters, you can say. That means all the keywords are in lowercase except these 3 keywords, true, false and none, where you can see that the first letter is uppercase. In true, false and none, the first letter is uppercase and rest of the keywords are in small letters. Second type of token is identifiers. So what are identifiers? It can be the name of a variable, it can be the name of a function, class, object, list, tuple or dictionary. Some examples are given over here, like India underscore 123 ABC myfile3 underscore chk, etc. So in this, how will you identify a variable? So first you need to understand what is a variable. So what are variables? A variable is like a container that stores some kind of value, and also you can change the value of a variable during the program execution. Here you can see an example, x equal to 10. That means x variable is storing value 10. Now that means x is pointing towards this integer value 10. Now during the program, if you change the value of x to hello, which is a string value, so that means now x has started pointing towards this string value hello. Now there are some rules for naming the Python variables. So what are the rules? First one is a variable name must start with a letter or an underscore character. A variable name cannot start with a number. A variable name can only contain alphanumeric characters. That means it can contain A to Z letters and 0 to 9 digits also, and an underscore also. Now variable names are case sensitive. Suppose if you have taken age as the variable name, this is in lower case, you can see. But if you try to print the value of this age in which A is capitalized, so this will be a different variable. And if you take in uppercase this whole thing age, so these are 3 different variables. These are not same because variable names in Python are case sensitive. So I will show you this practically also. Suppose I am taking age variable name equal to 10. So if you try to print the value of this age variable, it will show you 10 as your result. Now if I start this variable name with an underscore age equal to 18, so it will accept this because your variable name can start with an underscore and with a letter, but it cannot start with a digit. So if you take to age equal to 18, it will not accept this because your variable name cannot start with a digit. And also you cannot include special characters. If I take age dot 2 equal to 20, so it will not accept because dot is a special character. So similarly you cannot take hyphen also, hash symbol, any symbol, you cannot take any special character. Your variable name can only start with a letter or an underscore, but in between you can include a digit, like you can take age 2 equal to 20. So this will accept, as you can see. So if I try to print the value of age 2, it will show me 20 on the screen. So these are the rules for naming the variable. Now third type of token is literals. So what are literals? Literals are the fixed numeric or non-numeric values. So the values which you assign to the variables are known as literals. Suppose if I write x equal to hello in double quotes, that hello is a string value which I am assigning to variable x. So that is a literal, that means. Similarly, you can assign integer value also and a floating point literal also. Now Python has different types of literals. There are 4 types of literals. The first one is string literal, second is numeric literal, third one is boolean literal, and the fourth one is special literal, none. So first is string literals. What is a string literal? A string literal is a sequence of characters which can be enclosed in single or double quotes. Now string literal is further divided into 2 types. The first one is single line strings and the other one is multi-line strings. Single line strings are the strings which are enclosed in single or double quotes and they must terminate in one line only. Here you can see the example, x equal to hello in double quotes. Now here you can see this is terminated in one line. So this is an example of a single line string. Next is multi-line string. Strings that spread across multiple lines are known as multi-line strings. Here I have shown you 2 examples. You can see the first one, x equal to hello in double quotes, and there is a backward slash after that, and then world, and then closing the double quotes. So here you can see hello is written in one line. In the second line we have written word. Now we have included a backward slash over here. So when you try to print the value of x, it will show you the output hello word together. So if you are writing this backward slash, that means it will show you this both the strings together on the screen without any space. Next example is x equal to hello and word is in different line. So now if you want to see the result as it is in different lines, you need to enclose the string in triple quotes. Here you can see I have enclosed the string in triple quotes. So when you try to print the value of x, it will show you the output hello, and in the separate line it will show you word. So that means it will show you the output as it is on the screen. Next is numeric literals. It will have numeric values. It is further divided into 3 parts: integers, floating point literals, and complex number literals. Integers will have both positive and negative values with no decimal point. Here you can imagine a number line. If you go to the right hand side of the 0 on a number line, you will have positive values, and if you go to the left hand side of the 0 on a number line, you will have negative values. So integers can have both the types of values. In floating point literals, you can have both positive and negative values, but that will contain a decimal point values. You can see over here 0.17, which is a positive value, and minus 13.0, which is a negative value. Complex number literals are in the a plus bj form, where a is the real part and b is the imaginary part, and a and b are the float values, and j represents the under root of -1. Next type of literal is Boolean literals, which will have Boolean values true and false. True represents 1 and false represents 0. And next is special literal none. None means it is a keyword and it indicates the absence of a value. That means it's a null value. It is representing a null value, and Python doesn't display anything if you give a command to display the value of a variable containing the value as none. The fourth type of token is operators. Operators are the symbols that operate upon operands to form an expression. So there are different type of operators like arithmetic operators, relational operators, logical operators, assignment operators, membership operators, and arithmetic assignment operators. I will discuss each one of them in detail in my next video. The fifth type of token is punctuators. Punctuators are the symbols that are used in the programming languages to organize the structure, statements, and expressions in a program. Here you can see some of the punctuators. This is the symbol for parenthesis, this is for list, this is for dictionary, this is @ sign, this is colon. So you have other punctuators also, so you can use these punctuators in your program. So now we are done with the types of tokens. So students, if you like my video, please like it, share it, and subscribe my channel, and also press the bell icon. Thank you.